What if I told you the videos you think are too awkward to post could actually be the very thing that takes you to over $1 million in sales? Today, we have with us a special guest who's going to tell you exactly what he did to get his brands generating over 8 figures a year.
How cool is that? Pretty cool, I think. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Serious Sellers Podcast by Helium 10. I'm your host, Bradley Sutton, and this is the show that's completely BS-free, unscripted, and unrehearsed organic conversation about serious strategies for serious sellers of any level in the e-commerce world.
Today's special guest knows a thing or two about this because he owns not one, but 2 sports brands in fishing and pickleball that are doing over 8 figures a year. His brands have amassed communities of more than 400,000 followers, and he still makes a lot of the content himself. Having built his businesses from the ground up and worn many, many hats in e-com, I believe he's the perfect person to pitch in on almost any aspect of running a brand on TikTok. So let's go ahead and invite him up. Hey, Ryan, how are you?
Doing well. How about you?
Good. Thanks so much for being here. We're excited about all you have to share and to pick your brain a little bit. I know you have 2 successful brands that have amassed over 400,000 followers. Could you tell us a little bit about them?
Yeah. So one is a fishing brand, which is this one called Beyond Braid. Another one is a pickleball brand called Professor Pickleball. Basically, we sell physical products. Like, this is our best seller in the fishing brand. It's literally just fishing line. We now sell a bunch of other products, but yeah, started on Shopify 5 years ago, then Amazon, then eBay, Walmart. And now that TikTok Shop has become a thing, we've taken it super serious. And we are the #1 fishing brand and the #1 pickleball brand on TikTok Shop for those specific niches. So yeah, we just make a lot of videos. We take it very seriously because some people try TikTok Shop and they look at it as like another shiny object. And I'm like, no, this is like a really big, serious thing, like a 7, 8, 9-figure opportunity. So that's how we're looking at it. And it's knock on wood, gone super well so far.
Maybe you could share a little bit about how, I guess, TikTok Shop, being listed on TikTok Shop, has impacted on your other platforms, your revenue, or the volume that you're doing.
Yeah, so for last year, both brands did about $8.5 million combined, which both brands basically almost had 100% increase year over year. And I think that has mostly to do with TikTok Shop. Reason being is you have what's called the halo effect. When you get millions of views on TikTok Shop and you go viral, you get, like, not everyone's going to trust TikTok Shop because it was such a new platform that naturally people would go over to our website, they would go over to Amazon, and they would purchase there. So literally TikTok Shop has changed our business year over year, and we're still seeing that happen where we'll go viral or we'll get a video that works really well, and that product will just rank super high on Amazon. We'll see spillover sales to some of our retailers that we sell to online. So it has a true halo effect because at the end of the day, you're reaching more people. More people are finding out who you are, whether they purchase on TikTok Shop or they go to Amazon or your website. More people are learning about your brand. So it's just a way to get eyeballs on your product. And now the added benefit is there's just a little buy it now button right on TikTok Shop for less friction. So
yeah, 100% increase year over year is awesome. I did want to ask on the same note, is that attributed to influencers or is that content you're making? I know you wear a lot of hats.
Yeah, so it's both. We definitely have I don't want to say a super large selection of affiliates that we work with, but a decent amount of creators. That's something that the TikTok Shop platform does super well, is it makes working with affiliates so much easier, where in the past you'd have to negotiate prices, do reach out, all that kind of stuff, where now it's all integrated in their platform. So we definitely use affiliates, but at the same time, we make a lot of content in-house, which actually converts the best for our brand. And that's what I'm going to talk about today in my presentation, is how to actually make TikTok Shop videos that sell. Because I am the owner of the brand, but I act almost as the face of the brand as well through my own affiliate channels, through the brand channels. And we make a lot of the content in-house. And that seems to be converting the best, which is, I think the split right now, it's like 70-30 or 80-20 percentage of revenue coming from our own in-house videos and the rest is the affiliates.
I've heard a lot in this space that you have to make 100 videos before you're really improving or seeing any sort of maybe numbers take off. That's especially true if you don't know what you're doing or you're just getting started for the first time. But I'm excited to see all that you've learned in the process of getting started and doing content creation and scaling your brands. So with that being said, let me go ahead and pass it over to you.
Cool. So yeah, I'll run through this and basically show you guys exactly how to make TikTok shop videos that sell. There's a very simple breakdown that I'm going to give you, a very simple formula. And it's not rocket science. Like a lot of the videos that I've made are literally selfie style videos with my iPhone camera that my most viral video that has produced the most sales took me the least amount of time to make, and it was the easiest, rawest video that you can make. So just keep that in mind. But in this video, you're going to learn all things how to make videos, how to make TikTok shop videos that sell. So before we get started, there is a disclaimer on content creation. I'll just read this so you can understand what I'm saying. You're going to suck at your first 10 videos if you've never made a video before, maybe even your first 100 videos. Your friends and family will make fun of you. They will laugh at you. You will feel awkward on camera. You will sound terrible. You will sound like a robot, but it is all okay. It's part of the process. Just accept it. You'll be fine. You won't die, and you'll be on your journey to making $1 million a year on TikTok Shop or more. So that's basically saying you're going to suck at your first videos. Just get over it. The sooner you can accept it, the quicker you're going to be on your way to actually being successful with making videos. So I want to show you, right? I talk about how easy it is to make videos. This is my first video ad I made 10 years ago when I was drop shipping fishing line back in college. Okay, so it's just a quick video, but basically, you can see that I'm really awkward. The words were really choppy. I look like a dork in the video, and all of my teammates, this was back when I played baseball in college, they all made fun of me so much. And again, this was the first video ad I made, and I just got better. I just ignored it. I accepted it, and I actually got way better. And that is the sole reason I became successful in e-commerce, was because I started making video ads for Facebook and Instagram, and that's how we actually scaled our business. So I suck too. You just get better as you go with practice. So what I want to focus on today is what I call the hack formula. And each letter stands for a portion of the TikTok shop video, your vertical video format that you're going to make. So it all starts off with a hook. Now, these are some hooks that are working right now in my business. Again, I have a pickleball and a fishing business. So this is the generic template that you guys can screenshot and use. I have some real life examples here, but let's just walk through these. So some hooks that are working right now is this is the blank. This is the newest blank cheat code. So if you're selling beauty products, this is the newest hair product cheat code. Okay, I need to show you guys something, and then get into your pitch. If you're a fisherman, you should be using our fishing line. Or I'll show you the next example. Stop doing blank and switch to blank. Attention, shout out your target customer's name, or just say your target customer's name, or say, hey, check this out. So here are some actual examples of how this works in my business. This is the newest pickleball cheat code talking about a pickleball paddle. If you want to play like a pro level pickleball player, you should be using a raw carbon fiber paddle, which is our product. Now for fishing, stop using old traditional fishing line and switch to braided fishing line, which is our product. For a fishing line ad, I can say, hey, attention fishermen, and then show them our product. Fishermen, do you need new line? Check out this fishing line that disappears into the water. So you're using these opening lines the first 3 seconds of your video to hook in the customer. Now, if you want a little bonus, you can add in a visual hook on top. So you can have your verbal hook, which is the first lines that you actually speak. And then as a bonus to actually get those viewers to keep watching, you can have a visual hook as well. So I'll show you an example. The words that this person is saying, since you can't hear the audio on this is the newest pickleball cheat code. So what makes that video so attractive, and that video I think got like 60 million views, is the verbal hook. This is the newest pickleball cheat code. And then the visual hook of hitting the ball around the net just doesn't happen in pickleball. So you're like, what just happened, right? And it makes you want to keep watching. So if you can mix a verbal hook, one of these right here, literally just steal these and plug in your industry, and add a visual hook, that's how you lead to a massively successful video that gets millions of views. I literally do this all the time and say, hey, look, this fishing line is the newest fishing line, or this is the newest fishing cheat code is this fishing line. I have multiple videos like that have gotten millions of views. So that is the H in the hack formula. Now let's move on to A. This stands for attributes. And this is essentially all the features and benefits of your product or service, in this case, just your product. And here are some actual examples, again, of this product right here. So the feature, this is our blue camo braid. It has, you can see in the camera, blue, white, and black color pattern. The benefit of that is it blends into clear water, so the fish won't be able to see it. So the fisherman will be able to catch more fish. So you literally state this in your meat of your video. So if your hook, now you're into the meat section, and you literally say this. Another feature, braided line has super thin diameter, so it's this very thin line, allowing you to cast the line further. So that alone, right, is going to give your audience a reason to want to buy the product. This is where you're actually selling the product. The hook is just meant to grab the viewer's attention. Now you're actually selling the product. That is an extra line. And then the C in the hack formula stands for call to action. You literally tell them where to click, how to buy, what to do next, what the offer is. On TikTok Shop, you're always going to say, hey, tap the orange cart below, or it's available in the TikTok Shop below. It's 50% off in the TikTok Shop below. It's the cheapest on the TikTok Shop below. Click the link below. And it gets repetitive, but you literally need to say this. And at the end of every single video, we have a call to action, or at least put text on screen if you forget to do it in video and you're editing it after. So I'm going to show you guys examples of videos that are actually converting right now that basically put together the same process. So this video has 170K views in 3 days. It's a brand new product we launched, had 100 units sold in 3 days, $2,000 of GMV. Essentially, all I'm doing is say, hey, check out these pliers, showing all the features and benefits. And then at the end of the video, I say, hey, these are awesome. Click the link below. And I'm also demonstrating how they work, right? Cutting the fishing line. Another video, 3 million views, $7,000 of GMV in the last 28 days. And I'll walk you through it. So it has a visual hook, stacking colors of line. It has a verbal hook, which at the beginning of the video, I should be able to click here. So you can see I was responding to a comment that said, but it's cheaper on Amazon. So that also can work as a visual hook. And then the verbal hook is also just reading the comment saying, hey, it's cheaper on Amazon, and immediately disagreeing with that comment. And that creates curiosity. Like, why is he immediately disagreeing with this comment? And again, 3 million views, $7,000 of GMV. And it's literally made with an iPhone that I set up a tripod in my office studio and was just showing off the colors of our fishing line. Nothing fancy, no edits all the way through. This was one of these raw videos that I was talking about, which is super easy to make. And I have one more example for you guys, or two more videos. In the last 28 days, 7,600 and 6,400. Literally saying fishing cheat code revealed, like I literally just said, saying, hey, this fishing line is the fishing cheat code revealed. It's on sale. Get it below. Literally selfie video in my office. And then this video, I literally just went to a retailer and said, hey, stop overpaying for a braided fishing line, which is our product. This isn't even our product. I said, hey, look, it's $29.99. You can get it cheaper in the link below. So these are I'm not editing these videos. These are straight through one takes. And you can see how simple and easy they are. And then I want to do one live for you guys so you can see what it actually looks like. So this is another product we sell. It is a fishing line shear. And basically this is the somewhat kind of script, but honestly, I don't even need a script because I can riff off the top of my head. So I'm going to take my phone, I'm going to set it up against my computer and make a real-time ad really quick. So I set up selfie, I click record, and then I'm literally going to go, I'll use the hook right there. Okay, I need to show you guys something. These are the most badass shears I've ever seen. They cut braided fishing line like absolute butter. They have serrated blades, a bottle opener, and a screwdriver, so they're a multifunction tool, and you can get them on sale in the TikTok shop. Click down below to get it before they run out of stock. And that's all I did. I recorded it. I will literally post that video on TikTok Shop, and I guarantee you it'll get sales. So that's as easy. That's like literally as simple as it is. I'm not going to say it's easy, but it's as simple as that. And you just got to practice and make loads and loads of content until you get really good at it. I've made thousands of videos, and I think that's why I'm so comfortable on camera now. So again, just look back at the disclaimer. Know you're going to suck at your first videos, but once you master this skill, this could literally change your life overnight or over a period of time when you get good at this skill and start making money actually selling your products. So that's it.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, TikTok Shop is a really exciting space right now. And I agree with you. I think it does take a lot of videos. I'm finding that out for myself right now.
Yeah.
Because I've also just started posting. But how about you guys? Those of you that are watching this, have you started posting videos yet for your own brands, or are you, using influencers? What is the case for you? I also see Whitney has a question for you. She asks, do you remember the moment when it felt like it clicked for making content?
I wouldn't say there was one particular moment. There actually was like one style of video that I'll never forget, right? Me and my girlfriend at the time in college, we went to this little like bridge. There was good lighting. Everything like looked good. I said, hey, like just film me really quick. And I said, hey guys, check out this fishing line. And I like had my fishing rod. And that simple video just like looked really good. We ran it as an ad and it absolutely crushed. That was like the first ad that did super well. Before that, I still had probably made a lot of videos. Like I don't want to say hundreds of videos, but I was very early on in my career. So I had probably made a few dozen videos or maybe 20, 30, 40, 50 videos. But that one video, I remember just absolutely crushed it. And then we just started making more videos very similar to that. So
yeah, I saw this thing online that said you can screen record yourself as you're scrolling through TikTok, and then not the day of, but the next day or the day after, go back and take a look at the screen recording to see where you slowed down, like what caught your attention, what didn't. And I think that's a really interesting practice to use if you're building content for yourself and you're just getting in to the space. But I've also seen a lot of people say post your content, and
100%.
That's based off your perspective, but it might not be to somebody else because people like the relatability aspect.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what's been happening on the TikTok algorithm, but like I keep getting videos on like how to grow your account, and everyone is saying like, yeah, just treat it like it's a FaceTime call, which is kind of what I do, right? As the more real you can be, the more natural you can sound, which comes from just making videos over and over. Typically, the more native it looks, the less like an ad it will look, the better it will convert.
Yeah, I see we have some more questions. Jeff asks, you mentioned making your own videos work better for you, but what if you're just getting started on TikTok? Would it make more sense to lean heavier on affiliates for content?
I mean, if you're just getting started on TikTok, like literally just do what I said and make the videos. Like to me, I get some kickback whenever I say that, because I'm actually part of a big Amazon seller group where a lot of people, they're a lot older than me. They don't like to get on camera, but I'm like, this could literally change your business. Yes, you can definitely, if you're absolutely petrified, you're never going to make a video, then yes, you have to lean on affiliates to make sales on TikTok Shop. TikTok Shop is a content first platform, right? The only way you're going to sell stuff is if you have videos of your product in the algorithm. And if you refuse to make it as your page or a brand owner, then yes, you have to lean on affiliates heavily. I suggest do both. We lean on affiliates and we make our own content. Our own content just happens to convert better, but we're working with thousands and thousands and thousands of affiliates. If you're just getting started, for sure, send your product out to affiliates, but I also encourage you to make videos. It doesn't cost you anything but your time to make videos. That's the cheapest way. You already have your product in hand. You know your product better than these affiliates. So I truly encourage you, just suck it up and make videos. It's okay if they suck. So
yeah, with practice comes perfection.
Yeah,
sort of.
Not even you don't even have to strive for perfection. It's just,
sort of.
it's just do
being
it.
authentic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Samantha asks, I sell a dry bag and I never know if I need to address the audience, kayakers or paddleboarders, or just say the word dry bag. Am I overthinking this?
You 100% are. Literally make 3 videos. Say kayakers. That's one video. That's one hook. dry bag, or I'm sorry, paddle boarders. That's another hook. And then people who want a dry bag, or do you need a dry bag, is another video. So I was actually literally studying this morning, which is how to mass create and how to batch content. I batch content where I'll just sit down with my phone and I'll just record 100 videos, just basically saying the same thing. Where another version of that is you can sit down and record 50 hooks, just saying, hey, kayakers, do you need this dry bag? Paddleboarders, do you need this dry bag? Fishermen, do you need this dry bag? Then you record 3 to 5 meat or attributes, and then you record 3 call to actions, and then you can make a combination of like 150 videos by stitching out the different hooks with different bodies with different call to actions. So that's one way to batch create. And you just have to test. Like, you have to test so much. I've made thousands of videos, and of the thousands of videos, there's probably a small, like 2 to 3 percentile of videos that actually convert and work. And then you just double down and make those more. So if you find that the paddleboarders, or calling out the paddleboarders and kayakers, or just calling out people who want a dry bag works the best, the only way you're going to find out is by actually making the videos and testing it out to see which converts better.
Since you're bulk creating content, have you leveraged AI at all for content planning, or do you just know your brand, so you just do it off the top of your head?
I've definitely used ChatGPT to say, hey, spit me out some hooks based on my pickleball brand for this product, or fishing brand, vice versa. In terms of actual content creation, I've used like the VO3 with like all the Yetis and making the Yetis and gorillas like talk on camera. We did that. They got a lot of views. But I just found for me personally, it just got kind of old really fast. But in terms of using like a chat bot like ChatGPT to spit out 10 hooks, yeah, it does it in like 2 seconds and literally just read them. I'll do that when, let's say I'm going somewhere. Let's say I have a boat, and let's say we're going purposely to film on the boat. I'll print out or save like those 50 hooks and then just go through them as I'm on the boat. It helps to have that ready when the camera is set up, because once the camera is set up, you kind of lose your train of thought. So having something to bring you back in really helps.
Let's chat a little bit about cadence as well. How many videos are produced and published per day, or what do you recommend, especially for somebody who's getting started versus somebody who's able to spend a little bit more time on it?
So personally, in our brands, we're posting between 1 and 3 videos per day from our channel. I do have a social media manager who helps with that. I do have someone on our team who also does content creation with myself. If you're just getting started, I would aim to try and post 2 to 3 times a week. That's like Sunday to Sunday. So if you can post one Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, start with that. Ideally, it's hard to get into a content creation mode. Like, I don't create content every day. What I do is batch create. Like I said, I'll have 30, 40, 50 drafts saved, and then I'll just go ahead and post them once a day. And same thing with my social media manager. I'm not making content every single day, because you really have to carve out time. You got to get kind of into character, get your energy levels up to speak on camera. So that's how I find it best, is like batch record, save them to your phone, save them in drafts, and then post them throughout the week. But try to do a couple a week. If you can really get good, do one a day.
All right. Denny asks, how did the video you shot in the store convert? I love that one.
In the store. Okay, that one absolutely crushed. We showed one of our competitors and said, hey, this is too expensive. Just get it cheaper in the TikTok shop. We actually got a violation for that video, because one of the criterias of TikTok shop is you have to show your own product in the video, which I didn't do. But I was able to like submit an appeal, and it got passed somehow, and the video continued to get views. I think that video now has like 5 million views and has done multi 5 figures, like 20, 30, 40, $50,000 of GMV. And it was literally because I was at a Dick's Sporting Goods, and I always just like go check the fishing section just to see like what's out there. And I told my girlfriend, I'm like, hey, can you just record me 2 seconds? I'm like, don't overpay for this. Just check the TikTok shop. I know our prices are lower, and it did super well.
The next question is, everyone says you have to send 200 samples per month to influencers to make sales on TikTok, but our margins are too tight to support that. Do you post the videos on your own TikTok account with little to no followers, I'm assuming that says, and could that make sales? How often do you post? How long does it take to see traction?
So that's a very good point, right? If you have more expensive products, it doesn't make sense usually to send out a bunch of samples. Like we have products that our cost of goods are $2, and to ship it to a customer is an extra $3, $4, $5. So all in, it costs us $6, $7 to send a sample. I'm okay with that. On the flip side, we have some products that it costs us $60 to send to someone. I'm usually only sending that to the best of the best influencers that I know will convert. So just take that with a grain of salt for your own business. If you have the margins and an inexpensive product to send a lot of samples, I would. There is no magic number. It can be 50, it can be 200, it could be 1,000 samples a month. I get it's just up to you and how your product actually converts on the platform. And then the second part of the question is, do you post your videos on your own TikTok account with little followers? Followers do not matter on TikTok Shop or TikTok anymore. I've seen small accounts go absolutely viral on one post. I've seen big accounts with big influencers, someone with millions of followers. We send them our product, they post it, it gets 300 views. So followers do not mean anything. It's all about the creative. It's all about the offer that you have in your video saying, hey, look, Beyond Braid is running a massive deal, guys. It's only available today. Like that urgency allows videos to convert. We had a creator. He had like 5,000 followers. And it was around Black Friday time last year. He made a video saying, hey, look, this is a great gift for fishermen. It was like a backpack for fishing. And he sold 3,000 units. It was like $70,000 in sales in 3 days. And we sold out. And he was like a small creator. So followers do not matter. It's just all about the creative and the timing and the offer.
Can you offer any tips for a vitamin brand? For example, what group do we call out?
It depends. I guess vitamins can be for anyone, right? What I've seen work really well, specifically in the supplements category, is they literally set up like these 3 cups in front of you. And they're like, if you're deficient in this, take this pill. If you're struggling with sleep, take melatonin. If you're right, so you can do that, and then your product like combines a few of those and is like a better solution. And that video format has worked. And I actually took that for my fishing line brand and said, hey, if you fish freshwater, use this color. If you fish saltwater, use this color. And it actually worked. So look at what other brands are doing, even if they're not necessarily a direct competitor of you, or if they're selling the same product, and try to look at the format they're doing and see how you can apply that to your very own product. So with vitamins, I would just go look at what's currently converting and then try to do something similar.
For health nuts, the absorption videos also do really, really well. When you have a liquid and you drop the vitamin in and you compare it to competitors whose pills maybe don't dissolve as well in the digestive system. That converted me years ago. Really hard, really fast.
Yeah, and it's like look at what you're getting targeted with and what you're interested in buying. And like that is like the secret sauce right there. If an ad is good enough to get you to buy something, that's a green flag of like, hey, whatever they're doing is working. I want to try and recreate that. Crazy story. This brand called Thursday Boots. They were a leather shoe brand. They had an ad that worked so well. It is the sole reason I actually started the pickleball brand, was because I created the entire pickleball brand based on that one offer that I basically stole from this shoe ad, which was, they said, these leather shoes, they're the highest quality leather shoes at the lowest possible sustainable markup. And that was the hook. And they had a visual hook as well. And I was like, and I literally bought from that ad $100 pair of shoes. And I was like, that was genius. And I literally took that and said, this is the highest quality pickleball paddle at the lowest possible markup. So I was selling a high quality paddle at a low price. And that offer, that was a 7-figure offer. That offer crushed it.
Next question. Emily Kennett says, are all the post videos that you're recommending to post paid posts or just posting in general to have new content flowing in?
So by paid posts, I'm assuming she means running some sort of ads behind it. Does that sound right? Yeah. So TikTok, the method of advertising on TikTok Shop is something called GMV Max ads, which is the only way to advertise right now. We currently have that turned on for all of our products. It is tricky, I'm not going to lie, because TikTok is not as transparent as we want them to be on where the direct sales are coming from. Basically, this is like literally something we're trying to figure out like in real time. The way I look at it is, yes, our ads are on all the time. we have a certain ROI budget, which if we're doing above 3, we're good with, right? We spend $1, we're making $3. We spend $1,000, we're making $3,000 back. Whether that's, or the way I look at it, whether that's organic or coming from paid, or they're blending it somehow in some secret machine that we can't see, I'm still good with that. I'm good to spend $100,000 or $1 million knowing we're going to get $3 million back, because that's the metric we have and that's the metric our posts are hitting. I'm cool with it. So GMV Max ads, you should definitely have them on once you have enough content in the ecosystem from affiliates and your own brand, your brand presence.
Have you found a sweet spot for the time length of videos that do best?
Nope. We have some videos that are 8 seconds that have converted super well, and I have some videos that are 3.5 minutes that converted super well. So like I mentioned, it's just all about the creative and the offer, the hook, the ability to sell in that video. The one that was 3 minutes, I basically told the story on the pickleball brand about how big brands are charging obscene amounts of money for absolutely no reason, and explained to them that our paddles use the same materials, the same construction process, and really educated them on why they should buy ours and save money. So that was a long video. And then another one is literally simply saying, like, this is the lowest price we've ever sold these for. Check the link below and get them. And that's a 7-second video, and that one crushed as well. So again, it's all about testing and finding out what works. Typically, most of our videos, I'd say, are between 20 and 40 seconds. That gives you enough time to have a hook, explain a few features or show how it works, and then a call to action.
I believe what you just said also answers this question, which is, are all the posts product based? And I think it can also be value or education.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, all of the posts we're making are feature a product in on TikTok Shop, because TikTok Shop is a sales channel for us now. It's not just a social media platform. But in terms of like what kind, it could be a story, it can be a demonstration, it can be a problem awareness video, it could be a solution awareness video. So there's tons of different kinds of videos you can make.
Is there a process you suggest or prefer setting up for a TikTok Shop to have Amazon fulfill the order?
So that is using MCF. I believe Helium 10's tool
yes.
can help.
Yeah, I can comment on that. So we actually rolled out with this not too long ago, but you can set up everything inside of Helium 10. So if you have a Helium 10 account, you go in the top right-hand side where you have your name. You'll click connections, and add TikTok Shop. From there, we have everything in the platform. You can literally inventory map your products and link them. So your TikTok Shop listings can be created through a bulk convert feature, as well as linked to Amazon MCF. So that way it's automatically pulling every time you have an order placed. Yeah, it's really cool. Inside of Helium 10, you can, like I said, bulk convert your listings. So I would start there, and then you can go in, link the products, and then you also have an influencer finder for TikTok as well as for Amazon. But since we're focusing on TikTok Shop specifically here today, you can go in, find the influencers, check out their links, check out their pages, input in parameters that you might have in mind that you're looking for, and then from there contact and do your outreach. Do you edit your videos in the platform or edit somewhere else with a different app or software before uploading to TikTok? Does the algorithm favor one over another?
So CapCut is owned by TikTok or ByteDance. I've heard they can favor that, but I don't think it's true. I edit on Final Cut, which is on my Mac desktop. I edit on CapCut sometimes, and then I edit directly in the TikTok app as well. At this point in time, I am doing very minimal edits. It's like shortening the front of the video, shortening the edge of the video, sometimes cutting out pauses in between, and then adding text on screen, which literally, to give you an answer, 95% of the stuff I'm editing is directly in the TikTok app, and it's super minimal. That's just because, right, the video takes, I'm normally doing it all the way through, so there's less editing required. If it's a heavy video that like I need to cut out a lot of pauses or need to do some other stuff, I'll use Final Cut on the desktop. But 95% of the videos require minimal editing, just like trimming the beginning, the end, and adding text on screen.
When you say you're adding text to your videos, is that captions, or is it like a hook versus middle frame, end frame, CTA, or?
Yeah, both. So I think 95% of my videos have captions. Sometimes I'll just be like, I don't want to put a caption, like captions on this video. And then most of the time we're putting text on the first 3 seconds of the screen, basically kind of giving them like a headline of what the video is going to be. So, right, the one with the phishing cheat code, I literally had it at the top of the screen saying, "This is a phishing cheat code revealed." Or the other one was, "Stop overpaying for phishing line." So I find that to be working because while people are scrolling, their eyes kind of go to the text immediately, and if it's something that works like a hook, it catches their attention. It's an offer. It's something unusual. That's just another way to hook them in, is with that text on screen.
If you're making 1 to 3 videos a day and have great sales, can you scale back on videos and maintain the sale level? Or is it really necessary to keep up the cadence?
No, we have some videos that are the top performers, and I'm confident if we stopped making videos for the next week, those same videos will continue to be the top performers and get the ad spend and get the views and convert. So yeah, you can take your foot off the gas once you have, like, we've posted, I'm curious to see the number, but I know on Instagram, I think it's like over like 5,000 videos, and we're kind of cross promoting on platforms. So we probably have thousands of videos on TikTok as well. So if we took a break for a week, I'm sure we won't see that much of a dip.
But yeah, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your knowledge and answering our questions. And
of course,
yeah, we hope to see a lot of those of you that are watching your videos for your brands take off and find much success as well.
Thank you guys for having me. It was a blast.
We'll catch you next time.